What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, the road to WrestleMania. It is time for No Way Out in Detroit in a mixed...
Both Beth and Regal deserve a beating tonight. We should make sure they get what they deserve.
Tag team match, playa. Holla holla. Winner take all mixed tag team match for the IC and Women's Championships. And so I welcome you to a fine Tuesday here on the program. Obviously, Raw was the go-home show last night for the greatest Royal Rumble. On Friday, as will SmackDown be this evening. That being said, before I get into Raw, I guess one little weird bit of tidbit of news that's out there is that supposedly the actual first date, the first court date, the first trial date for this CM Punk thing, with the whole thing with the doctor and the podcast and the lawsuit for like $1 million or whatever. This thing is going to trial on May 21st, supposedly. And that's only really interesting and significant because CM Punk's next UFC fight is like 2 weeks after that. So does he have to actually appear and be there in court every day as he is 2 weeks from a UFC fight? That's the question. That'll be real interesting to see what his mindset is going into that whole bit of weirdness. But yeah, just kind of a weird little tidbit there, because he's fighting on June 9th, I believe. Obviously, court not in session on a Sunday or a Saturday, like on the weekend, but still having to kind of be there in court when you should be kind of in the final bit of your training and press and everything else right before your fight is a little bit concerning. Anyway, and the other news tidbit that just hit this morning is the fact that Zack Ryder will not be in the greatest Royal Rumble on Friday. Looks like another knee injury for the woo. So, most unfortunate. Get well soon, Zack, and we'll see how that turns out for him. But yeah, that happened on Main Event, or the taping for Main Event last night. So, most unfortunate on that stuff. Moving on to Raw. Looks like they put the women in the main event of Raw because they're not going to be on the show on Friday. So here's your small consolation prize. And I would assume something similar tonight on SmackDown, if I'm not mistaken. I know they're having a tag team match on SmackDown, which is going to be Asuka and Becky versus the Iconics. And that also poses an interesting bit of thing, is that, yeah, you broke the streak, right? So the streak is over. So you could totally have Asuka lose now whenever you feel like. But would you? And should you? Now, in that match in particular, I would imagine that Becky, most likely, if they lose, takes that pinfall. I think it is important to not have the Iconics lose two weeks in a row. So, having them win tonight is actually pretty important. But you don't necessarily want to pin Asuka or, do that. Because you kind of don't want to establish anyone else just yet on that same level as a Charlotte. Would you? So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Also, they could win, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out, because obviously, once you've broken the streak, then is she just kind of like everybody else, or is she still going to be super dominant in that division and only have a real competitor that can beat her in Charlotte? I think that ends up being a very interesting bit of booking if they can pull it off. Anyway, one thing on Raw that I did like is I liked Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel trying to find a new guy. They are henchmen for hire, trying to find a new boss to be in charge of them, and that was kind of funny. So hopefully that continues. I'm not sure who else you would really put in that position, or who else you could actually find as a permanent. I know they spent a few weeks with Elias last year when The Miz was out for the Marine filming, but other than that, I'll be curious to see who else they approach. Certainly, you don't want to approach Baron Corbin. It's in his name. He's the Lone Wolf. But I'm sure there are other good options for them to approach there on Monday Night Raw that they could totally be henchmen for. So, looking forward to that, I guess. Also, Beth Phoenix just does not want to get hit with the Mick DDT. Just so good at avoiding it. So good at... My goodness. Come on now. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Nope, I lost it. It's gone now. It's gone now. I knew it. I knew it. Clothesline into the corner. Right into the atomic drop. Anyway, Shane McMahon has been confirmed for the greatest Royal Rumble. Man, that match is gonna be stacked, baby! It's gonna be ridiculous. So at least that's hopefully one less full-time guy having to work double duty in that match. Because as we know, there's 7 title matches, plus Cena and Triple H, plus this casket match with Rusev and Taker. So, and a 50-man Royal Rumble, there's gonna be some double duty in there. It's just gonna happen. William Regal's like, nope, sorry, what are you doing? So I'll be curious in the go-home show for SmackDown tonight, how they approach things. Because honestly, the booking right now is weird. It's weird. Like, because of how this whole thing fell, and then the international tours that are happening, everything else, like, all this booking is just kind of bizarre. And so I'm hoping they get things straightened out after this show on Friday, and we get back into your Backlash building mode to where Backlash is, because that's going to be happening in a few weeks. Like, that's kind of a significant thing that you should be doing, I think. Because, you know, Backlash, because right now it all feels just kind of like a weird bit of, you know, alright, well, we're getting ready for this big show, and then what about, you know, your other regular big shows? Also, Regal, what the hell? Get in there, Spanky. Don't get in there, Spanky. What are you doing? Great, he's just gonna not. Come on. Nope. See, Kendrick, this is why I don't like tag team matches in video games. Because they're annoying. Because they are eminently frustrating, and I don't like them. So, we're gonna keep on dealing with that bit of business until we actually get something good from Kendrick here to actually take out William Regal, to actually be a man with a plan and enact that plan in a successful manner, because, oh, what the hell? What the hell, why the hell? Etc., etc. So once again, let's try doing the toss to the ropes, and then neckbreaker, and then, alright, now, man with a plan. No, take care of Regal, what are you doing? I'm hitting that Mick DDT. I hope you took care of him. One, you didn't. Spoiler, you didn't. You are the worst. You are the worst. Really? Okay, that's not supposed to happen, but okay. Just suplex onto Regal is pretty good. Beth Phoenix, how about no? How about no? How about nuh-uh? From halfway across the ring. Okay. Once again, we're going to do this bit of business. Once again, we're going to hit his signature again for the 3rd time in this matchup. Now, if Kendrick was in there when he's not supposed to, there we go. Alright, so that might, no, that's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. We'll see. We'll see. Yes, Kendrick, go do a thing. Make sure that Regal, yes, is taken care of. There we go. That should be successful. 1, 2, 3. Done. Retain. And new champion.
A championship win would have helped a few of the relationships I was in.
We're out of time, but we'll be sure to catch up with the championship couple tomorrow night on Raw.
Oh boy.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Michael Cole with Jerry the King Lawler here in the city of brotherly love.
Speaking of love, WWE has a championship couple. D. Brian Kendrick and Mickie James.
They flourished in their winner-take-all match at No Way Out. Mickie retained the Women's Championship, while Kendrick won the Intercontinental title. Can anything stop these two?
Natalya? Natalya.
Brian, I need to talk
I
to
knew
you
it!
for a second. Sorry, it's a team thing.
Can it wait, Natalya? We're kind of having a private moment.
No, actually, it can't wait.
I think that's for Mickie to decide.
That's really funny, and I'm not gonna pick Natalya. Why would I? Hey, Kendrick.
Please tell Brian to leave.
He has a plan.
Sorry, Natalya. Brian and I are busy right now. I'll talk to you later, okay?
She was gonna turn anyway.
Now,
She was gonna turn on me
where
anyway.
were we?
Seriously. The man with a plan. Mickie James with Kendrick versus Michelle McCool and Vladimir Kozlov? What? He loves WWE. I mean, he does, but why is Kozlov accompanying Michelle McCool to the ring? What? I guess he's challenging for the IC title or something? I don't... What? That's a weird pairing. That is a very, very bizarre... I mean, Kozlov does hold a victory over The Undertaker. That did happen. Look it up. But also, real weird. Anyway, I did enjoy the Baron Corbin No Way Jose bit. I think that's pretty funny. I don't want to fight you. You're not being serious. Is amusing. And I'm curious, though, because last week they totally teased No Way Jose and Jinder. And then, apparently, instead, you have Jinder and Chad Gable. Which is, okay, sure. Get Chad Gable on TV more. He's pretty good. But, I don't know. I'm totally down for a Baron Corbin No Way Jose feud. That sounds hilarious. The man who is the lone wolf versus the guy with a conga line is pretty good. It's pretty good. So, there is that. For those of you wondering what in the blue hell might or might not be happening with one Enzo, remember him? His 90-day non-compete clause ended yesterday. And he was all up on Instagram being like, it's been real. So, be curious if he continues wrestling or if he ends up, like, at this point, who's going to book him? All things considered. Granted, there's always promoters on the indies who don't really have any scruples, if you will. They don't really have any integrity. They will book whoever they think can make them any money, regardless of what they've done in the past, or supposedly have done, right? So, I would not doubt that there are some money mark indie promoters that would totally book Enzo. So, I guess we'll see. I had a signature. What happened there? What happened? Nice kick to the face. But, I mean, look, I don't think he'll show up on Impact, but I'm not going to say it's impossible for him to show up on Impact now that his clause, he's no longer under a non-compete and such. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm going to say it's unlikely, but not impossible. So, we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Or he could, try to do other ventures that don't involve wrestling. Also would not surprise me. But you gotta do something, Enzo, because you ain't making any money right now. All I'm trying to say. So, let's try to, consider we could not beat Michelle McCool in under 3 minutes last time, and she is seriously harsh on my buzz once again. Learning all them tricks from the dead man, I guess. Like, seriously. What is your deal, Michelle McCool? Where's Layla? Also. To the outside. Boom! To the top. To the outside. And then, Brian Kendrick. What are you doing? I was going to say, he's like, are you a lumberjack? What? Okay. Sure. I don't know if I said it yesterday, because I can't remember what time it happened, if I was before I filmed or not. But the greatest Royal Rumble, it's going to be 6 hours. It was 5, now it's going to be 6. And I'm like, but why? Like, I know why, it's because you have so many freaking matches, and we've been over that over and over again in the past several weeks. They've booked so, like, it is like somebody has the video game, and it's just booking a card in the video game. It's ridiculous, right? So, I did kind of doubt a little bit that they were going to actually be able to fit all those matches in 5 hours, and apparently, it's not, right? So, but that, my thing was, the thing I was saying before, was that, yeah, it was booked for 5, but then you look at what Mania was booked for, and it went an hour over. So now they're booked for 6. Are they going to have 6 and then go over there? Like, really, Kozlov? Really, Kozlov? Really? Really? We're doing this. We're doing this, aren't we? Kendrick, help me out here. Because I don't have time for Mr. I love WWE. Seriously. No patience, no time. Got more things to do today. Got more videos to film today. Gotta get this thing wrapped up today. Before I get more of these loud-ass lawnmowers in my business and whatnot.
Here we go.
Let's try this again. Back of the head, Mick kick, baby. And then a pinfall.
This could do it.
1, 2, 3. Okay, sure. I'll take it.
The women's champion is once again a winner on Monday Night Raw.
And now she's celebrating with her other championship half. Intercontinental champion, the Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick and Mickey are on top of the world.
Where's
and
Kozlov?
we're out of time. See you next week.
Where's Kozlov? Why was he even there in the first place? I don't... What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm Michael Cole with Jerry the King Lawler. We're in Virginia Beach, but things definitely aren't
good.
sunny for the World Heavyweight Champion.
Not at all, Michael. Ted DiBiase stole his title right out from under him.
That happened.
On the other hand, things are looking pretty bright for me.
I imagine you're talking about the Divas Fatal 4-Way match plan.
Yes, I figured you'd be excited about that.
Oh, my dearest Mickey. These last few weeks have been truly amazing. I've cherished the time we spent together, getting to know each other. You are a beautiful, talented, and intelligent woman. I can't wait to see you again. But nobody signed that. Nobody signed that. What are the chances that it's Natalia? What are the chances that that's from Natalia? Phone's ringing.
Hey, Mickey, how's it going?
Brian, thank you so much for the flowers. They're gorgeous.
Flowers?
Yep,
What are you
Natalia.
talking about?
Natalia.
Oh, Brian, you know you don't have to play around. I know they're from you.
Seriously, Mickey, I didn't send you any flowers.
But if you didn't send them, then who did?
That's a good question. I gotta go.
I gotta go. See you later. Alright. Anyway, tomorrow, Fatal 4-Way, and the mystery of the flowers. It's Natalia. Or it's Kozlov. Either way, I'm a Tax Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.